Yo, what the fuck is up, internet? This is your boy Drake Jr., aka DrakeoftheChi, and welcome back to another video. Right now, I'm about to talk about this whole Pewdiepie versus the mainstream media situation that's going on around YouTube. And recently, I basically kind of stayed out of it because I wanted to wait until everybody else was done talking about it, so I can give out my thoughts about it. Because I feel like what the mainstream media is doing is not uncommon at all. To be completely honest, they did this multiple times to multiple different people, but it's just now starting to hit the fan, and it's just now starting to be noticed by people, or the majority, basically white people. And I don't in no way, shape, or form this video is going to be targeted to be racist or anything like that. So don't be in the comments, don't hit this video with a dislike button, because not in no way, shape, or form this video is going to try to be racist. I swear to God, bro, it's not going to be racist at all. But I am going to make a whole lot of comparisons towards different types of people. Some of those people are in fact Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, and, you know, Freddie Gray, individuals that have been basically slaughtered by the mainstream media. And you're gonna hear those names, and in no way, shape, or form their situations are not alike, but how the mainstream media portrayed them and distorted their image is very alike in that term, or that sense. So in no way, shape, or form their incidents are not alike. I was actually supposed to release this video on the 26th, but I didn't, because, you know, school or whatever. I'm pretty sure I said that in a couple other videos. So you know, and also the 26th is actually what is the word, fucking Trayvon Martin's anniversary. That was the day that he got shot. So rest in peace, rest in paradise to him. But without further ado, all this talking, let's get right into the video, bro. All right, now first off, I just want to say that PewDiePie is in fact, you know, one of those type of people on YouTube who are very, very their sense of humors are weird. And there's a lot of YouTubers whose sense of humors are very dark and very gritty. One of them being iDubbbz, another one Filthy Frank, H3H3. There's a whole bunch of different YouTubers, and not just YouTubers, but just people in general. People nowadays have very dark senses of humor because, you know, some sorts of humor don't really work on other people. So in order for them to really laugh at it, it has to be something super dark humor in order for them to, you know, to laugh at what they're trying to laugh at. And the thing is about PewDiePie's situation and how he told the joke, because apparently, if you're not, you know, if you're not familiar with this whole situation, basically PewDiePie got in trouble by the or basically Wall Street Journal posted an article about PewDiePie being a anti-Semitic or whatever the fuck it's called, being a racist, white nationalist, white whatever the fuck it's called, a superiorist, or I don't know, but basically slaughtered this man's name and slaughtered his image to perceive him as some type of god, or some type of, like, yeah, some type of god to racist or Nazis or whatever. And that's not the case whatsoever. He told a super dark joke, but didn't mean it, but didn't set it up the right way. And I'm not saying that joke was bad for him to say. I'm saying that the way he made that joke is, you know, he didn't set up the joke the right way. And the result of him not setting up the joke the right way ended up basically getting his show Scare PewDiePie and you know, Maker Studios, which is owned by Disney, being dropped from Maker Studios, and his show being canceled on YouTube. So, but at the end of the day, it's not like that's really gonna hurt him, because, like, dude, this dude is at 50 million plus subscribers, sir. I mean, let's think about it. He's the most subscribed person ever in the history of YouTube, sir. So if you really think that's really gonna hurt him or what he's doing, then obviously you have no idea that you just no, that's not gonna fucking hurt him, canceling a show and dropping him from Maker Studios. Not at all. But basically, the way that Maker Studios slaughtered his image is not at all anything rare. Maker Studios has slaughtered multiple different types of people's image, or not Maker Studios, but just the main media, or the mainstream media in general, slaughters people's images all the time. One, for example, Trayvon Martin. Basically, Trayvon Martin's image around the time when he got shot, the mainstream media was perceiving him as some sort of thug, some sort of just like hoodlum, when in reality, him and his mother and his father basically never at one time stated that he was some type of gangster. He got in trouble a lot, not at all. And mainstream media basically perceived this or Trayvon Martin as some sort of villain, when in reality he was just going to the store and all he had was a pack of Skittles and Arizona inside of his pockets, inside of the bag. He didn't have anything else. And like, you know, they perceived him as some sort of thug when in reality he wasn't. Another one is Mike Brown. Mike Brown was perceived as some sort of thug. They released his criminal backgrounds and all that other bullshit. Like, it was justified for him to die. Like, that was some sort of way for him to be like, okay, yeah, he's a criminal, so he should have died. That's not a plausible excuse for somebody to die. And that's basically what they were doing. They were showing this man's criminal records as if that was a plausible, or if that was just a plausible excuse for someone to die, but it isn't. And I believe that one of the main reasons why the mainstream media loves to tear apart, loves to distort people's images, is because of the fact that clicks. Think about it. If you have a super amazing fucking story that's gonna make people click on the video and be interested about it, would you put it in the video? And that's basically what they're doing. They know that people are gonna click on videos or on articles and news stories about certain people being a certain way, and or somebody who is just obviously super famous or super well known, or just something recently that happened, and you bring something to the light that doesn't seem like it's true, but you have all this bullshit ass evidence that makes people believe that it's true, and then more people get to click on it. Then you have people who are not as smart as other people take what you say as truth, because a lot of these news sources or whatever, they lie. They get a lot of these fucking bullshit ass fucking percentages and shit about black on black crime and all this other bullshit straight out of their asses, bro. Like, nobody doesn't know where the fuck they get these percentages from, but they got it, and nobody don't know how the fuck they got it. And then when people who are not as smart and can't think for their motherfucking selves get a hold of this information, they love to spread the image. They love to spread this information as if it's true, and they don't believe or don't know that in order for them to get those clicks, they have to, speak something. They just have to tell straight bullshit. Like, they have to do something in order to get people to click on it. And sometimes they're gonna have to lie about certain things, and that's just how it is, because they know for a fact that the internet has become so big to the point where people don't want to watch the news no more. People don't want to listen to it. Nobody doesn't want to read it. People want to go to YouTubers like me, like Pewdiepie, like DrakeoftheChi, like Markiplier, like KSI, all these different YouTubers, and rather watch us rather than going to the news and watching the news. So they take these stories, they take controversial topics, and they misconstrue them. They distort the images of certain people, and not just certain people, but certain people who are commonly thought of as like, a villain. And they basically distort the image to the point of basically it's almost unfixable. Like, mainstream media has been telling people that black people are fucking criminals for years and years and years, when in reality we're not fucking criminals. Like, all those percentages, I can easily argue that a lot of those percentages that came from urban areas were mainly black people. All right, people gonna die every motherfucking day. That's how shit goes. But you can't just sit up here and act like people get shot every day, but you can't just sit up here and act like black people are the only ones responsible for killings and shootings and deaths, when in reality people die every day. And if you put a whole bunch of people within an area at one time, and crime happens everywhere, then of course there's going to be some people who there's going to be crime within that specific area, but it does not mean that black people are more violent or twice as violent as a white person, or just as violent as someone of Hispanic descent, or somebody who's just as violent as someone who is a Middle Eastern descent, someone who's Muslim. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. And that's what the mainstream media does, because that gets them clicks. But in reality, they don't know that some people cannot think for themselves, and they take what they read online and they spread that as if it's truth, and they don't know what you said is actually false, like it's not true. And that's what mainstream media has been doing this for such a long time, that a lot of this whole entire this incident with him wasn't really new to me. Like, I've known for so long that mainstream media loves to basically distort people's images to the point of no return. And you know, that's just how fucking the mainstream media works. They know that they're not gonna be able to come back and be relevant again, so they have to pick on other people who can't really speak for themselves. Recently they've been doing it to people who are dead, and now they're starting to do to somebody who is, of course, a very controversial person, or a very there's a controversial person. And who isn't controversial or whatever, who isn't controversial than PewDiePie? Like, who else is a more controversial topic to talk about other than Donald fucking Trump? Like, this man is the king of YouTube. He has more subscribers than almost anybody else on, no, not almost, he has more subscribers than anybody else on this site. That's how controversial he is. So of course they're gonna pick on somebody like him and get those clicks and get people and become relevant. You know why? Because they know that people are going to click on it. But in reality, they do not know that people who cannot think for themselves take what they say as truth and spread it. And in reality, they're just destroying people's images, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they don't know that, you know, this can ruin somebody's career. And luckily this didn't ruin PewDiePie's career, because if it did, then it would have been Wall Street Journal's fault. He probably would have sued them, a whole bunch of crazy bullshit. But basically, that's just my little spiel that I have on this little topic or whatever. A lot of this isn't really new to me or whatever. Yeah, if you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. Do you think that PewDiePie was in the wrong for what he did? Do you think he told the joke bad? Do you think it was just a bad joke in general? Do you think he was right? Do you think the Wall Street Journal should at least say sorry for what they did? Do you think YouTube should give him back his show? Do you think Maker Studios should, you know, pick him back up and, you know, network with him again? I don't know. I just want to see what you all think on this little topic. But anyway, this has been your boy Drake Jr., aka DrakeoftheChi, and I see you guys in the next video, man.